in Liberia, Africa, and the rest of the world. Today is Tuesday, June 11, 2024, and I'm Anthony Vawen presenting. In our big stories this afternoon, President Joseph Boakai makes additional nominations in government affecting the Ministry of National Defense. National Patriotic Party pulls out of the Coalition for Democratic Change, citing lack of governance.
The purpose and term of coalition is to form two or more political parties to come together to form the government.
A government accuses Bear Mountain Mining Company of safety breach amid investigation into latest industrial accident.
The issues or lapses that have been identified.
And away from home, wreck of a plane carrying Malawi's vice president found with no survivors. The details in these of other stories and other segments of Elbc Newsline coming up, but we kick off with a bulletin of news read by Vavli Kamara.
President Joseph Boakai has nominated additional members of government affecting the Ministry of National Defense. Those nominated are Dr. Augustine Lamy, Deputy Minister for Administration, Spencer Liko, Deputy Minister for Operations, and William Toh, Assistant Minister for Administration. Others are Richard Kamara, Assistant Minister for Coast Guard Operations, Alan Charson, Assistant Minister for Operations, Sabo George, Assistant Minister for Public Affairs, and Kesali Zina, Assistant Minister for Civil Works. The Executive Mansion says these nominations are subject to confirmation where applicable and also supersede any previously published in similar agencies and positions. Meanwhile, President Boakai has called on those nominated to demonstrate diligence, commitment, integrity, professionalism, and loyalty in service to country. The National Patriotic Party has announced its withdrawal from the Coalition for Democratic Change with immediate effect. It followed a decision by majority members of the party on June 9, 2024, citing Article 11, Section 2 of the Coalition Free Work document. NPP National Chairman George Moba told Elbc Tuesday there was no need to be in a coalition without governance following the defeat of CDC in the 2023 elections.
The term of coalition is to form from two or more political parties to come together to form the government. That is the legal, that is the Western definition for coalition.
Mr. Moba said the decision to withdraw the party from the CDC also met the consensus of the standard bearer, former Vice President Joe Howard Taylor. According to him, the NPP will remain engaged in the body politics of the country and will focus on rebuilding and mobilizing its partisans until 2028. Government has received initial fundings from a June 8, 2024 industrial accident involving one Vanny Watson at the Bear Mountain Mining Company in Kinjal, Grand Cape Mount County. The government, through the Ministry of Mines and Energy, had dispatched a team to the company's site following the incident at the Liberty Mining Camp. Mines and Energy Minister Wilmot Pay told the Elbc Tuesday that the initial findings show the company is in complete breach of safety and environmental protocols.
There are safety issues that have been identified, safety gaps or lapses that have been identified, and there are other aspects that have to do with labor.
Minister Pay also said government's investigation uncovered that the accident victim Vanny Watson was on a daily hire with little experience about the processing plant assigned him. According to the Mines and Energy Minister, the findings are being developed into a formal communication to the company promising government's action if steps are not taken to address the risks. Justice Minister Councillor Oxford Tuer has reaffirmed the government's support to the work of the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission. Councillor Tuer said the LCC has got the full backing of President Joseph Boakai in the fight against corruption across the country. He added that political will is the main support any responsible government can give integrity institutions, such as the LCC, in a bid to promote transparency. The Attorney General was speaking Monday, June, the start of a 3-day training on investigators, corruption prevention officers, and legal officers on enabling anti-corruption legislations. Councillor Toer at the same time called for deep inter-agency collaboration and to public engagements in the fight against corruption, saying no single agency can succeed doing it alone. Residents of Bobo Town and surrounding communities are appealing to government through the Education Ministry to reopen the public school after 10 years of closure. The school, located in Harrisburg, was constructed by the Japanese government during the administration of former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Correspondent Coast residents are saying since 2013, the kindergarten and elementary school was turned over to the ministry, but there have been no assigned teachers. Correspondent said some community residents are using the school building as their dwelling place. The Liberia National Bar Association has expressed concern about the delay in the appointment of an Associate Justice of the Supreme Court. The Bar Association says since the death of former Associate Justice Joseph Nangbe, the Supreme Court's bench remains incomplete. In a statement Tuesday, the LMBA says there is no time frame set for the appointment, but it is only appropriate that President Joseph Boakai appoints someone to enable the Supreme Court to fulfill its constitutional matters. Nimba County Senior Commerce Inspector Afonso Miame has been dismissed from his position. Miame was fired for allegedly taking bribe in violation of Civil Service Standing Order. A correspondent said the Nimba County Senior Commerce Inspector allegedly received bribe of 40 bags of rice to smuggle goods across the border. Miame has since admitted to the crime and has turned himself over all government properties in his possession to one Bede Fan, who will act until further action from headquarters. The Comptroller General of Liberia, Edward Nete, says robust county treasury office are vital for service delivery across the 15 counties. Mr. Nete said delivering services at the county level will enhance growth and development for citizens who reside in various counties. He repeated the government's commitment to address those challenges confronting the county treasury offices in the 15 counties in order to deliver better services to the people who are unable to come to Monrovia. According to a release, Mr. Nete made a statement June, a 3-day county treasury assessment tour in Grant, Bassa, Magibi, Nimba, and Bon counties. The tour was intended to provide insight about the county treasury offices, facilitate the process of solving problems, and building staff capacity in service delivery procedures and implementation. A university lecturer, Jiple Yensua, is recommending the formation of a national development agenda. Mr. Yensua said the agenda, if created, will ensure the long-term development of the country is coordinated and sustained. In an Elbc interview on Tuesday, the public policy expert stressed that such initiative must begin with the administration of President Joseph Boakai due to his experience in public service and development.
President Boakai should call the executive of the ruling Unity Party and the alliance are for with them to look at the country agenda. Besides that, you call the stakeholders and political parties that we are coming together because of Liberia, and you invite international partners.
Mr. Jible Yensua urged the government to get stakeholders and opposition figures who understand sustainable development strategies on board the crafting of the national development agenda. Meanwhile, Mr. Yensua said he does not believe the country is divided as perceived by some members of the public, stressing that individuals only have diverse political opinion. And the second batch of former Liberian refugees from Ghana has arrived at the Kari National Transit Village in Bon County. A reporter said the returnees arrived at the facility Monday evening and are currently undergoing screening by health practitioners and LDA officers. According to him, the process is aimed at ensuring public safety and to tackle the trafficking of illegal substances in the country. The Liberian returnees are 769. A reporter said the returnees have expressed gratitude to government, assuring them of being productive citizens.
Vafle Kamara with the news bulletin, a regular feature on Elbc Newsline. Government's initial findings from a June 8, 2024 industrial accident at the Bear Mountain Mining Company in Kinjaw, Grand Cape Mount County, have accused the company of being in complete breach of safety and environmental protocols. Recently, government, through the Ministry of Mines and Energy, dispatched a team to the company site following the incident at the Liberty mining camp. On the Super Morning Show Tuesday, Mines and Energy Minister Wilmot Pay explained more about the findings in an interview with Vafle Kamara.
Yes.